Namaste. Before following any advice or practice suggested in this video, it's always recommended that you consult with your doctor as to its suitability, especially if you suffer from any health problems or special conditions. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, and Tridevi Chamundamandir cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the exercises and meditations contained in this video. Namaste and welcome, and my apologies for starting a bit late. We were having some technical difficulties, which we were able to resolve, luckily. And Deborah, namaste. It's good to hear from you. So tonight we're going to do a real simple yoga sequence for freeing the joints and also stretching. And then we're just going to do a simple silent meditation afterwards. So before we begin though, just a couple of announcements. So this coming Friday, we'll be doing a yoga nidra practice. It'll be at 7 o'clock, either live on YouTube, or you can join us in person at the temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver. And I look forward to seeing you either online or in person. So let's go ahead and make ourselves comfortable. Just find a comfortable seat on your mat. You might want a cushion under your hips so it's easier to keep the back straight. And I invite you to close your eyes and just beginning deep yogic breath. Completely filling and emptying the lungs. Drawing air into the belly and then the chest as you inhale. And then emptying the chest and then the belly as you exhale. And as I've said so many times before, the breath is the key to yogic movement. And as you breathe deeply, begin to notice how the spine just naturally moves with each breath. Flexing slightly forward as you inhale, and flexing slightly backwards as you exhale. And as you continue to breathe, just begin to work with that very simple and natural movement as it turns into a slight rocking motion, rocking forward as you exhale, rocking backward as you inhale. And then letting your hands come onto your knees and slowly open your eyes. And just watch how the breath and the motions naturally become the seated cat-cow move. So bringing the chest and the chin forward as you inhale, and as you exhale, rocking backwards. And just making these gentle movements forwards and backwards as we gently flex the spine in those directions. And then inhale, coming back to center. Just sitting now with a straight back, continuing to breathe. And just feeling the effects of the breath practice and working into movement. And maybe even noticing still that those slight movements with the inhalation and exhalation. And then inhale, bringing your arms overhead, grabbing your left wrist with your right hand, and exhale, bending slightly to the right. Inhale up, switching hands. Exhale, moving to the left. Inhale up, exhale right. Inhale up, exhale left. Let's do one more on each side. And inhale up. And drop your hands, your fingers to your shoulders. Take a couple of breaths. Just notice how you're feeling at the moment. And then inhale, turning to the right. Exhale, turning to the left. And just going back and forth with each inhalation and exhalation, like the agitator on a washing machine. And then inhale, center. Exhale, let the hands float down to the knees. Bring your breath back to normal. And just take a few breaths and feel the effects of just this basic warm-up we did, where we were moving the spine in 6 possible directions: forwards, backwards, flexing to the right, flexing to the left, and then twisting to the right and to the left. So let's begin some stretching. So I invite you to straighten your right leg, toes pointing toward the air. Left foot is resting against the right thigh. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhaling, sliding the hands forward, hinging at the hip. Keeping the back straight, feeling a nice stretch along the back of the leg, and breathing. And you may notice with the exhalation, it's just slightly easier to come further into the pose, which you can certainly do as breath and body allows. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can grab your toes or an ankle or a shin. Stretch further. And then inhale, hinging at the hip back up, coming up slowly. Take a couple of breaths. And then switching legs. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, sliding forward and breathing again. Stretching the back now of the left leg. Coming more forward if it feels good to do that. Grabbing something if you'd like that little extra challenge. And then inhale, coming up slowly, taking a couple of breaths. And now straightening both legs. Toes facing up toward the ceiling, back nice and straight. Inhale, nice and tall. And exhale, now sliding both hands forward, stretching the backs of both legs. This is Janu Sirsasana, followed by sitting forward fold. Wonderful short series if you happen to suffer from sciatica. And a wonderful short series for preventing it as well. Grabbing the toes if it feels like you want a little more challenge. You can even engage the arms a little bit to bring you down further if that feels good. And then inhale, coming up. And then rolling the shoulders back with the fingers pointing backwards, bringing the hands to the mat and lifting the heart up toward the ceiling. Breathing deeply. And just getting a nice little counter pose to all that forward bending we were doing. And then rolling the shoulders forward, coming back, sitting up straight. Take a couple of breaths. And then coming back to simple sitting. So we've been working on the legs. Now we're going to be doing some work on the hips and then the lower abdomen. So I invite you to bring the soles of your feet together. Inhaling tall again. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. Again, bringing the hands forward. Finding that nice, comfortable edge. Breathing deeply. Coming deeper into the pose if that feels right. You can move the feet forward if there's too much discomfort in the lower back. Or closer to you if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch. And then inhale, pressing back up. And sitting in cobbler's pose. Taking a couple of breaths. And returning to simple sitting. With your hands on your knees, inhale tall. And exhale, hinge at the hip again, coming forward. And beginning to rotate gently to the right. Inhaling as you come back. Exhaling as you come forward. Using your arms to help in the motion. Gently massaging the organs of the lower abdomen. And then reversing directions with the next inhalation. And inhale, coming back up to center. Take a couple of breaths. Just feeling the experience after that natural rotation. And then inhale, raising your right arm overhead. Exhale, bringing the right hand to the mat. If that's not comfortable, you could have a folded blanket or a cushion under your hand as well. Inhale, rotating the left arm around, keeping the shoulder back, keeping both sits bones in place, breathing as we bend gently to the right. Reaching toward the right with your left hand and arm. And inhale, pressing back up. Taking a couple of breaths. And then inhale, raising the left arm. Exhale, bringing that hand to the mat. Inhale, windmilling the right arm around again, keeping the shoulder back, keeping both sits bones in place. Reaching to the left with your right arm and breathing. And inhale, coming back up. And just taking some breaths. And then inhale, raising the left arm. Exhale, bringing it to the right knee. Inhale, kickstanding the right arm around, bringing the fingers to the mat behind you. And twisting gently to the right and breathing. And turning your head to look over the left shoulder, continuing to breathe. And inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Take a couple of breaths. And then inhale, raising the right arm. Exhale, bringing it to the left knee. And inhale, kickstanding the left arm around. Bringing the fingers to the mat behind you. And twisting gently to the left. Rotating your head to look over the right shoulder now. Continuing to breathe. And then inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. And just take a couple more breaths. We're going to go deeper now into that forward and backward motion. I invite you to come to tabletop position on your hands and knees. Your hands are stacked directly under your shoulders, slight bend to the elbows, knees about hip width apart. And we're just going to do some rounds of regular cat-cow. So inhale, bringing the chest down toward the mat, bringing the head back. Exhale, flexing the back, letting the head hang loose. Inhale, back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice gentle fluid movements. Let's do one more. And coming back to neutral. Taking a couple of breaths. And then straightening the legs. Transitioning onto your stomach. With your hands close to your shoulders. Chin on the mat. Now you're in chaturanga or crocodile. And then sliding the arms, forearms forward, coming up to about navel level, breathing, keeping the upper back straight, the neck straight, in Sphinx pose. Now for the next two moves, you can stay breathing deeply in Sphinx. You're welcome to try a couple of more challenging things. So if your knees allow, you can bend the knees, raising the feet, continuing to breathe. Again, you can move the forearms forward if there's too much discomfort in the back. Bringing the hands back and engaging the arms. You can try pushing up into a high Sphinx and breathing. Again, this is optional. Keeping a slight bend in the elbows. And then inhale, exhale, coming back down to the mats. And just coming back into regular Sphinx if you tried these couple of moves. Hi, Pooja. This is my kitty Pooja. We'll be doing a puja at the end of this. Now, tucking your toes under, bringing your hands to the mat by your shoulders, engaging your core, and coming up into downward facing dog. Heels toward the mat, slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the elbows, tailbone tucked. Upper arms rotated outwards, breathing. Heads hanging loose. And try pedaling the feet a little bit. Give a little extra stretch to the legs. And then inhale and exhale, bringing the knees to the mat. Sliding the hands forward, bringing your forehead to the mat. Breathing and just relaxing in Balasana or Child's Pose. the hands back, engaging the arms. Coming back into tabletop. Doing 2 or 3 more cat-cow stretches just to neutralize the spine. And then coming back to simple sitting. And just breathing. And again, feeling the effects of the practice. Then inhale, bringing the head back, looking up toward the ceiling without crunching the neck. Almost as if there's an apple being held behind your head. And then exhale, slowly rotating the head to the right, making circles. Not going to any extremes, but just slowly and gently rolling the head. And then with the next inhalation, reversing directions. And inhale, coming up to center. Take a couple of breaths. And then rolling the shoulders forward while massaging the knees and breathing. And then reversing directions. Good. And then paying some attention to the lower jaw. This is the place where so many of us hold a lot of tension. Just take a moment and move the jaw back and forth, forwards and backwards. Open and close, move the tongue to loosen the tongue. And then so many of us are looking at computer screens all day. And so we may be eye strained when we come home. So while sitting in simple sitting, back straight, inhale with just the eyes, look up toward the ceiling. Exhale, look down toward the floor. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn the eyes to the right. Inhale forward. Exhale, turn the eyes to the left. Inhale forward. Then rolling the eyes to the right about 3 times. And to the left 3 or 4 times. Blink. And then finally, let's just loosen up the face by doing lion. 1, 2, 3. So I hope you're feeling good after that series. We're going to do a little bit of breath work practice, pranayama, and then we'll go into our silent meditation, then our closing puja. And I don't mean this funny little cat here who wants to be an internet star. So bringing your peace fingers on your right hand to your third eye, Using the thumb to close off the right nostril. And inhale deeply through the left. Then using your your ring finger to block the left nostril, and then exhale and inhale through the right. And then close off the right and out and in through the left. And just alternate breathing, right and left. Equal inhalations and exhalations, and pauses in between. One more exhalation, inhalation through the right side. Close off the right. One more exhalation through the left. Bringing the hand down to your knee. Closing your eyes. And now for the next 10 minutes, I invite you to sit with a straight spine. Deeply breathing. The same yogic breath that we did at the beginning of this practice. And just allowing yourself to rest in a place of stillness and silence, only with the sound of your breath. And just honoring and observing from a distance anything that comes into your realm of awareness. Thoughts, feelings, mental pictures, memories. Just allow things to come and allow things to go. be noticing any physical tensions and just letting those tensions go with each exhalation. Relaxing your jaw if you notice that it's tight. The muscles around your eyes. Or your neck, shoulders, hands, arms, trunk, just anywhere. Just breathe those tensions away. As you come deeper and deeper into relaxation. Take a deep and clearing breath. Bringing your palms together at heart center. Rubbing your hands together. And placing your warm hands over your eyes. Slowly opening your eyes, letting a little light in between your fingers as you massage your face and your scalp and the back of your neck and your shoulders and arms. Just bring your awareness back to your personal space. Let me grab one more thing here. And prepare for our closing puja. And let the intention for our puja simply be for balance and healing for everyone in need, especially the people of India and in the Middle East. And bringing the palms of our hands together at heart center. It's opened by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvabhistam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. This is going to happen one day when I forgot my lighter. Jema. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah Jai Ganesha. Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namah Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapadani Durgashama Shivadatri Svasvada Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chumunde Jayabhutita Harani Jaya Sarvagati Devi Kalaratri Namostute Jai Ma Kali. Om. 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 for healing. Let our mantra be that for Ma Bhuvaneshwari, the healing mother. Om Hrim Namah. 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 Jema. 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 Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. And Namaste. So I want to thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Hope you enjoyed that practice, and I encourage you to replay this broadcast and do this practice again through the week. We'll be doing something very similar next week, only we'll be incorporating more pranayama, that is more breath work exercises to our practice. And I look forward to seeing you all, including you, Deborah. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you all either online or in person for our Yoga Nidra and practice and puja. Again, you're welcome to come here and take part in person. Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado, 1260 South Xavier Street, Denver, Colorado, 80219. Or you can join us on YouTube. And puja and Yoga Nidra will start very promptly at 7 p.m. So blessings to you all. Thank you again for being here. Have a wonderful night. Jai Ma.